Hello everyone and welcome back to Next Stitch Designs with me, Sylvia. In today's video I am going to show you how to crochet another lovely and very easy pair of slippers. For today's slippers I am going to use soft and chunky yarn. They recommend the hook size number 9, but I'll be using a hook size number 5, as I usually use the smaller hook because I don't like big gaps between the stitches. But you can use any yarn you like, and also recommend the hook size. But if you want your stitches, well, the gaps between the stitches smaller, then use the smaller hook. You will need a pair of scissors and the stitch markers if you have some. If not, don't worry, you can use a piece of yarn as your stitch marker. Also, you will need a yarn needle. Okay, so I showed you the gray color, but I decided to go with a pink one, but it's the same yarn, soft and chunky. If you can't find this yarn in USA, you can simply use your favorite yarn, and if it's not thick enough, simply just double it. For example, if you have DK yarn, you can just double it and it will be much thicker. Okay, so we are going to start with a slip knot. To do the slip knot, hold your yarn and wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers and create a cross. Go under this first one on top of the second one, pull it down and twist your hook. And this is how I do my slip knot. But if you know a different way how to do the slip knot, please do it your way. Okay, so for these slippers I am going to chain 43. So yarn over and pull through the loop. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I chained 5 and I need 43 for my size 4. But for bigger sizes, you can chain as many as you need for your size. And I am going to show you on this picture how to chain as many as you need. So you start at the front of your ankle and carry on until you can wrap your chain up to the bone on the side of your ankle, like seen on this picture. And once you have the chain you need, or the stitches you need, then we are ready for the next step. On my size 4, I will chain 43 stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Okay, so for my size 4, I have done 43 stitches, and you do the same for any size you like. Just check this picture to see how to measure it properly. Okay, so once you are done with your chain, we are going to do single crochet into this second stitch from the hook. So this is the first one and this is the second one, and we are going to insert our hook and do single crochet into that stitch, like so. Okay, into the next one, insert your hook, yarn over, bring it up 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both loops. Insert your hook into the next one and make sure your stitches are not too tight or too loose, just a nice stitches like so. Okay, so we are going to do single crochet all the way down. Nothing complicated, just single crochet. And I see you at the end once you are done with your single crochet. Okay, so I have 41 and 42. So at the end of this round you should have 42 stitches, because we started with 43, but this first one was our returning chain, so we should have 42 stitches. So once you come to the end, you're simply going to chain 1 and turn your work. For this second round, we are going to work only into the back loop, so it will give us a nice ribbing look to our slippers. Okay, so we are going to do back loop only, single crochet into this second stitch. So we're not counting this one, but we are going to work into this one here, only back loop. So insert your hook, yarn over, and do single crochet. And that's what we are going to do again, all the way down, single crochet, back loop only, and not too tight. Okay, so we are going to work only back loop like so. Excuse the noise around, as I have my boys at home, my husband, so they are running around the house and I'm trying to work, but it's impossible really these days, as we are on lockdown in UK. So it's a little bit tricky for me to work around them if they are not in the garden. Okay, so really sorry about that. So continue this way until you get to the end of your row. Single crochet, back loop only. And you can see it's giving us this beautiful ribbing look. Okay, so I have my last stitch here, and I want you, every time you come to the end of your row, I want you to, the last stitch will be the full stitch where you are going to insert your hook. So this is the front loop and this is the back loop. So we have front loop and back loop, and I want you to go under the both. Okay, and yarn over, bring it up, yarn over, and finish your single crochet. And chain 1 and turn your work. And we are going to do so again and again and again, but only back loop. Okay, so we chained and turn our work, and again we'll be working only into the back loop, single crochet like so. And once you come to the end of your row, you will go under the full stitch like we did in the row 2. Okay, so still continue back loop only, and continue this way until you get wide enough, until you have enough rows. So when you step on it, your toe should be not sticking out, or your little toe on the other side as seen on this picture. So you do as many rows as you need. Have a look at these pictures. And once you are done with your rows, okay, so for my size 4, I have done 8 rows. Okay, so once you're done with your rows, it should look something like this. And don't forget, we were doing only back loops, single crochet, and at the end of each round we went under the full stitch, and we should still have 42 stitches. So I started with 43, but then one extra stitch was returning stitch, so I should still have 42 stitches. So in this part I folded the front of my slipper like so, and I'm going to add the stitch marker like so, and this part should be right in front of your ankle, and this part will be for your heel. Okay, so you add the stitch marker once you fold it and count the stitches, and do so on the other side as well, and add your stitch marker. So on this side I have 28 stitches. Okay, so I have 28 stitches here, and the bottom may look a little bit different as usual stitches. You got only this, loops, so this one loop will count as a stitch. Okay, so you should have 28 on one side and 28 on this side as well, and the rest, once you fold it like this, should be your heel part. For the next part I am going to show you how to do the sides of your slippers. You can do the sides with the same yarn, or you can swap for a different color yarn. I am going to use a gray color for the sides to make it look more interesting, and you can also see the stitches better when I use a different color. Okay, so I'll be using the same soft and chunky yarn but the gray color, so we can see the stitches much better. Okay, so this is the front of our slipper, and we are going to start somewhere in the middle here. But first I am going to create a slip knot. Slip knot. Now take the slip knot of your hook, insert your hook into this stitch here, somewhere when it's the fold. So when you fold it, it should be somewhere here. Okay, put your slip knot on the hook and bring it in like so. You can hide it inside, and make sure your yarn is between. We are going to start on this side so we can see it better. So this is my first stitch here. Insert your hook there, yarn over and pull through and straight through this loop on your hook. So you are going to do your first slip stitch like so. Okay, make sure your yarn is again right in the middle here. Now we are going to do exactly the same but from the other side. Okay, so on the other side, insert your hook into the first stitch like so and yarn over. You can go from this side, just make sure you're gonna grab it properly, and you can twist your hook as well so it goes easier through the loop and you won't lose your yarn. Okay, so you can grab your yarn and twist your hook so it will be more secure. Go through that loop first and through that stitch you had on your hook already. Okay, And again, we are going to do so on the other side, from the outside into the next loop. Yarn over, pull through, and through the loop on your hook. And again on the other side. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get it, you will see it's not difficult at all, and it will give you really nice looking zigzag slip stitching. But on the other side, if you don't want to do it, you can simply just sew it together, or just use slip stitch or single crochet for the sides. It's up to you really, but I wanted to show you something a little bit different. Okay, so make sure your yarn is right in the middle. Go into the next stitch, insert, yarn over, and pull through the stitch and through the stitch on your hook. And again from the outside, yarn over, pull through that stitch and through that stitch on your hook. And it's called slip stitching, and this one is a zigzag slip stitching. And again, you yarn in the middle and go from the outside into the next one, next stitch, through the first stitch here and through this one on your hook, like so. And again into the next one, yarn over, pull through and pull through, and from the outside into the next stitch, that stitch and pull through the stitch on your hook. And again from the outside, yarn over and pull through and through that stitch on your hook. And again, you can make it a little bit tighter, and again from the outside on the other side. Okay, insert your hook, yarn over and twist your hook so you won't lose your yarn. Pull through the pink and through the gray, and it will give you this beautiful zigzag slip stitching. But if you find it a little bit tricky, don't worry, you can use single crochet to sew the sides, or just sew it with your yarn needle, or you can just do the simple slip stitching. It's up to you. Just we need to put these sides together like so. Okay, so we are going to continue until we get to the point where is our stitch marker. So carry on this way. I'm going to show you one more time. Okay, into the next stitch from the outside. Okay, like so, and slip stitch, and into the next one from the outside, like so. Yarn over, twist your hook, twist your hook down through the pink and through the gray, and again from the outside and straight through that loop on your hook, and then on the other side through the pink and through the gray. Continue until you get to this point here. Okay, so I got to this point where is my stitch marker. I'm going to take the stitch marker out, okay, so I got my stitch marker out, and I'm simply going to do the same thing. Make sure you fold it nicely. so it's like closed, see? So there is no gap or anything, and you are going to hold it like this and continue the way you have chosen, single the zigzag slip stitching, or single crochet, or just sewing. But we just need to make sure we got it nicely together, closed like so. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the next one here and do the same zigzag slip stitching, and on the other side and continue all the way down again until you get here. Okay, so continue like so. Okay, so I'm at the end of this heel part, so make sure your yarn is out like this, and I have this last stitch here. Okay, so I have this last one here. Insert your hook and continue, and now as you can see, one more stitch to do, so I am going to just insert my hook here and just fasten off like so. Okay, so it should look something like this. We are going to fasten off and do the same on the other side. Okay, so fasten off, and don't worry, all these ends we are going to hide inside our slipper. Okay, so I create my slip knot, and I am going to do exactly the same. So where is my fold? Right in the middle here. You can see even better on this side. Bring your loop in like this and hide the inside, and make sure your yarn is in the middle, and your knot as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go from the outside, yarn over and pull through like so, and then straight through the loop on your hook. So that will be your first slip stitch, and again yarn in the middle, and on this side you can see the stitches much better. Okay, I'm gonna go from the outside into this first stitch, yarn over. You can twist your hook so we won't lose, and go through loops front and back. Okay, so you go through both full stitch, and again from the outside into the next stitch, yarn over and through that stitch on your hook. Again, go from the outside on the other side like so. You go 2 loops, pull through all loops like so, and again you will be going down until you get to the point where is your stitch marker. Okay, into the next stitch from the outside, yarn over, pull through all, into the next one here, and slip stitch. the other side, from the outside, yarn over and slip stitch, from the outside, yarn over and we are going to do exactly the same like on the other side. This lovely zigzag slip stitching. Okay, once we are done, we are going to fasten off this side as well. Okay, so let's just finish our slippers. Don't worry guys, at the end we are going to hide all the yarn ends inside with your yarn needle. Okay, so let's just hide our ends. You can turn your slipper inside out, or just do it like me, go up and down and hide it inside your slipper. Like so, and do it with all your ends. And to finish, I am going to finish my slippers again with the gray color. Create a slip knot, and somewhere on the side insert your hook and bring it up and chain one. And it's up to you really, how do you want to finish your slippers. Maybe you just want to go single crochet around or just slip stitching, but I want to go with the reversed single crochet. Okay, so reverse single crochet, you're simply going to insert your hook, and it will be a little bit tricky because we don't have proper stitches around, so just try to space it nicely as you can. So I try to space it nicely, so I'm gonna go, for example, into this one, this gap here, yarn over, bring it up, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through into this one, the next one, yarn over, bring it up, yarn over and pull through into the next gap, into the next one here, and you just go simply around and space it nicely. Okay, so once you get to this side, you are going to turn your slipper and slip stitch into this very first stitch on the side and just fasten off like so. And now we need to hide all the ends we have with our yarn needle. And after you hide all your ends inside your slipper with your yarn needle, this is a super easy slipper. And don't forget, crochet slippers are very slippery. Please add some treatments to your slippers. I have done the video about the treatments you can use, or if you have different ideas, of course you can use different ideas, but please add some treatments to your crochet slippers. They can be very slippery and dangerous. And this is it, guys. This is our slipper we done, so one more to go. And you can change the colors. It's super easy, and you can do it in different sizes. Don't worry about this cross slip stitching. If you found it a little bit tricky, you can just sew it together or just simple slip stitching, but I wanted to do something more interesting, and it looks much better on the feet once you put it on. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share my videos, and thank you very much for watching.